Which you like better, these or these?
Joe, they're the same.
They capture different moods.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and beyond. This week, the Vice President rounded out his overseas trip with a visit to the Holy See and the Eternal City, while the First Lady headed to Los Angeles and Missouri. The President bid farewell to the current class of White House interns, hosted some of the biggest names in jazz at the White House, honored the National Teacher of the Year in Cinco de Mayo, traveled to Flint, Michigan, and gave his final toast and roast to the annual White House Correspondence Dinner. That's April 29th to May 5th, or, but is it?
It's real.
But is it?
This West Wing Week begins with a presidential highlight, visiting with and answering questions from the outgoing class of White House interns.
You have more capacity, more power in your hands right now. And the prospects for your lives are better right now than they've ever been. So you got to take advantage of that. That's because somebody along the way imagined something better and worked for it. And that's your job. Okay? Good luck.
On Friday night, the White House celebrated International Jazz Day with an all-star concert that featured jazz legends like Wayne Shorter, Herbie Hancock, and Chick Corea, alongside singers like Aretha Franklin, Sting, and Esperanza Spalding. And to honor Prince's recent passing, the Queen of Soul sang Purple Rain. Meanwhile, the Vice President continued his trip overseas in Italy. In the morning, he met with His Holiness Pope Francis and addressed the Vatican Conference on Regenerative Medicine. Later that afternoon, the Vice President traveled outside the Vatican City walls to Palazzo Chigi. Here, he was welcomed by a Roman rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner alongside Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi. The two leaders held a bilateral meeting to discuss a range of regional security issues. Saturday night was a black tie affair as the President and First Lady attended their final White House Correspondence Association dinner, an annual event that both honors and pokes fun at the role of the press in politics. To kick off the new work week, the President participated in the latest installment of Live from the White House by conducting a round of back-to-back interviews with 6 local television anchors to discuss his nomination of Chief Judge Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the First Lady and Dr. Biden flew to Los Angeles to celebrate our service members, veterans, and their families who packed the audience at The Voice. This week, the Joining Forces Initiative is celebrating its 5th anniversary, and the two took to the stage to celebrate the military families in the audience and the millions watching from home. On Tuesday, the First Lady and Dr. Biden continued on to Missouri to visit Fort Leonard Wood. This base is one of the largest training bases in the U.S. Army, and it's home to thousands of service members and their families. They got to tour an obstacle course that trains new soldiers, and they joined children in an on-base elementary school to read books. Alongside astronaut Mark Kelly and Reading Rainbow host LeVar Burton.
When danger strikes, we hop to it.
We're proud of every inch of you.
On National Teacher Appreciation Day, a day to celebrate all of America's hardworking teachers, the President honored the National Teacher of the Year, Johanna Hayes, alongside one of her proud students, Lenadia Whiting.
Congratulations. Is she a pretty good teacher? Yeah? You sure? Okay, because I'm about to give her this thing, so I want to just get confirmation.
It's got to mean something.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, the President traveled to Flint, Michigan, where he was briefed on the federal government's response to the public health emergency in Flint. Then he sat down with Flint residents at Northwestern High School to hear firsthand about how the community had been affected.
I'm very honored to have you here listening to our stories. I know you've heard it and heard it and heard it all, but we're all hurting. Okay, we're all hurting. Our children are hurting, and we're all volunteering to make a difference. Okay, and we want you also, Mr. President, to help us to make a difference as well for everyone here in the city of Flint. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
He then spoke in the high school's gym, where he met with a special letter writer before taking the stage.
I know. That's why I decided to come. And I'm going to talk about you in my speech. All the good work you're doing. It's pretty cool, huh? Come on, you and me, let's get a good one. Cheese.
On this last day of this West Wing Week, the president welcomed some extraordinary early career scientists and engineers. Then he honored El Cinco de Mayo with a fiesta at La Casa Blanca.
Bienvenidos a la Casa Blanca.
He then rounded out the day with a celebration for military families at Joint Base Andrews to mark the 5th anniversary of joining forces. Thanks so much for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week.
Obama out.
And until next week, you heard it from the boss. We're out.
What was it like to meet the president?
It was exciting!